He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something unmistakable about him. A quiet intensity, a commanding presence, and a natural gravity that pulled attention without effort. Cagatay Ulusoy didn't simply step into Turkish entertainment. He reshaped his image again and again, evolving from a young model into one of the most formidable actors of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Cagatay Ulusoy was born on September 23, 1990, in Istanbul, Turkey. Before cameras, scripts, and global premieres, his path began in the world of modeling. In 2010, he won Best Model of Turkey, a title that opened doors but also placed expectations squarely on his shoulders. Instead of remaining confined to fashion, he made a decisive pivot toward acting, committing himself to formal training and long-term growth. His acting breakthrough came in 2011 with Adini Farah Koydum, where his portrayal of Amir Sarafoglu turned him into a household name across Turkey and the Middle East. The role brought massive popularity, but it also tested him early. Fame arrived fast, and so did scrutiny. Rather than staying in a safe lane, Cagatay chose reinvention. That transformation became unmistakable with Iserd, where he delivered a powerful performance as Sarp Yılmaz. The crime drama showcased a darker, more complex side of his acting, earning critical acclaim and cementing his credibility beyond romantic leads. It marked a turning point, proving he could carry psychological depth, physical intensity, and emotional restraint all at once. His career then expanded onto the global stage with Netflix's The Protector, making him one of Turkey's first actors to headline an international streaming original. Playing Hakan Demir introduced him to a worldwide audience and positioned him as a symbol of Turkey's growing presence in global entertainment. Rather than chasing constant visibility, Cagatay became known for selective choices. Projects like Yeşilçam paid homage to classic Turkish cinema, while Kubra pushed him into philosophical and psychologically layered territory. In Kubra, he portrayed Gökhan, a character grappling with belief, power, and identity in the digital age, a role that resonated strongly with modern audiences and reinforced his reputation for choosing substance over repetition. Off-screen, Cagatay Ulusoy maintains a notably private and disciplined lifestyle. He avoids excessive media exposure, speaks rarely about his personal life, and lets his work define his public image. This restraint has only amplified his mystique, setting him apart in an industry driven by constant visibility. In fashion and branding, his influence remains strong yet controlled. He collaborates with high-profile brands while staying selective, aligning endorsements with his image rather than overextending his presence. His lifestyle reflects focus, structure, and long-term vision rather than fleeting trends. As of 2026, Cagatay Ulusoy's influence extends well beyond Turkish television. With strong international recognition, sustained streaming success, and a career built on deliberate evolution, his estimated net worth reflects years of consistent work across acting, global projects, and premium brand partnerships. What truly defines him is restraint paired with ambition. From model to actor, from television idol to globally recognized performer, Cagatay has never rushed his growth. He chooses depth over noise, longevity over comfort, and transformation over familiarity. As of 2026, Cagatay Ulusoy stands not just as a leading man, but as a symbol of controlled power, artistic discipline, and quiet dominance in modern entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into widespread fame, yet there was always something unmistakable about him, a calm authority, a grounded strength, a presence that felt steady even in silence. Baris Baktas didn't simply appear on Turkish television as another new face. He built his identity with patience, transforming discipline and quiet determination into one of the most talked about rising careers of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Baris Baktas was born on February 12, 1997, in Batman, Turkey. Long before scripts and studio lights, he was deeply connected to structure and responsibility. He pursued higher education in economics, showing an analytical side that few associate with the entertainment world. Alongside academics, he developed an interest in music and creative expression, gradually discovering that performance offered something numbers alone could not: emotional communication. His early years were not defined by instant visibility. Instead, he moved steadily, exploring modeling and artistic projects before stepping fully into acting. That breakthrough arrived with his role as Baron Karabeyi in Cicekleri. The series quickly gained a dedicated following, particularly among international viewers, and his portrayal of a complex, emotionally restrained character captured attention. Through Baron, he conveyed tension, loyalty, pride, and vulnerability without exaggeration, building connection through subtle intensity. What distinguishes Baris Baktas is control. Rather than relying on dramatic outbursts, he often chooses minimal expression, allowing emotion to simmer beneath the surface. This restrained style created strong on-screen chemistry and positioned him as a compelling dramatic lead early in his career. As the series expanded its reach across digital platforms, his popularity grew beyond Turkey. Social media engagement surged, fan communities multiplied, and his name began circulating in discussions about the next generation of Turkish male leads. Yet despite the attention, his progression has remained measured rather than rushed. Off-screen, his image reflects composure and discipline. Fitness and physical conditioning remain part of his routine, reinforcing the structured mindset that shaped his early years. He keeps his private life guarded, sharing limited glimpses rather than constant exposure. That controlled visibility strengthens the mystique surrounding him. His fashion presence leans toward sharp tailoring and understated confidence. Whether appearing at promotional events or in editorial shoots, he projects modern masculinity without excess. Clean lines, neutral tones, and structured silhouettes complement his calm persona. Financially, his rise reflects growing television earnings, brand collaborations, and expanding international visibility through streaming distribution. While still early in his long-term trajectory, his estimated net worth signals steady upward momentum rather than fleeting hype. What sets Baris Baktas apart is quiet ambition. He approaches acting as craft rather than shortcut, gradually refining emotional delivery and screen command. In an industry that often rewards loud visibility, his strength lies in subtle presence. As of 2026, Baris Baktas stands as one of the most promising emerging actors in Turkish television, known for restraint, discipline, and controlled intensity. His journey from a structured academic path to dramatic lead reflects patience, adaptability, and belief in gradual growth. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.